a little math story. Once upon a time, there were 10 children. There were 3 best friends. There were a brother and sister. There was a boy all by himself. There were 2 twins. And there was another brother and sister pair. Let's double check to make sure it's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there are 10 children. And they all needed to go to a birthday party. So they were walking along the path. And then, the next thing you know, 5 of them got really tired and just had to sit down. So these 5 are taking a little break, and these 5 are still standing up. Okay, so we know that we have 10 kids all together. If we have 5 sitting down and 5 standing up, how many do we have all together? Yeah, you're right. We still have 10 because 5 and 5 makes 10. So those kids got back up and everyone was walking along to this birthday party when all of a sudden 2 had to bend over to tie their shoes. So everyone else is still standing up, but these 2 are bending their shoes. So if there are 2 kids bending their shoes, how many are still standing up? I know I have 10 all together, and I know that 2 are tying their shoes. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 are still standing up because 8 and 2 makes 10. So they got back up and everyone's marching along, and finally they get to the birthday party. But, they eat their cake, they have some fun, and then before you know it, our little girl right here had to go home. I know, she had piano lessons, so she had to leave. So, the next thing you know, she's gone. We have 1 person gone, so how many more kids do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 left over because 9 and 1 makes 10. Well, the next thing you know, her little brother got really lonely because he didn't want to be without his sister, so he left too. So now how many kids would we have left? We had 10, 2 went home, so how many are left? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh yeah, 8, I remember because 8 and 2 makes 10. Well then one of the little twins got tired, so she headed on home. And now 3 kids had left. So how many are left over here? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 kids are still here because 3 had left. So if we have 10, 3 left. We have 7 left over. Well, as you know, a twin didn't want to be there without her sister. Oh, that was my alarm. The twin didn't want to be there without her sister, so she decided to leave too. And then we're left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because when we have 10 and 4 are gone, 6 are left over. 6 and 4 make 10. Well, before you know it, this boy wanted to leave too. 5 had left, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 still at the party because we know 5 and 5 makes 10. But then this other boy decided he wanted to leave, which left us with 1, 2, 3, 4. We only have 4 left over because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 have gone. And then the sister didn't want to be there without her brother, so she left too. And then we're left with just these 3 best friends. What do you think is going to happen? One by one they leave. So we have 3, then we have 2, and then we have 1 kid left over. It's really fun to make math stories. So I'm going to say this story out loud, and you are going to get to draw a picture to match it. Just do your best to be fun and creative. There were 8 beautiful roses planted in the garden. You could pause my video to draw your 8 beautiful roses planted in the garden. One day there was a terrible snowstorm that covered 4 of the roses with snow. So 4 of the roses got covered with snow. How many roses are going to be left that are not covered with snow? Go ahead and draw your picture, and when we come together, Mr. Malcolm and I are looking forward to seeing your picture stories. All right, today's problem set is a little bit tricky, but because you're doing your story by yourself today, we're going to go over the problem set as a group. If you want to get started on it now, you can, but we're going to work on this together during class. Great job, kindergarten.